All right.
So,
Are you a religious man?
no.
Okay. I have
Oh,
no
very big,
I have
are you?
nothing I have nothing to go after that. I didn't have anything to say at the beginning of this. I
Um,
want to say something interesting.
Shoot.
Have you noticed that in the past like 6 months
Hmm.
we have not had one moment where Euphoria star has not been in a movie?
No, actually.
Like between Sydney Sweeney, Zendaya, Hunter Schafer, Jacob Elordi, and the sadly deceased August Cloud. I think that's gonna continue also because like look, we had Sydney Sweeney and everyone but you, and then that ended, and then Priscilla came out, and that had Jacob Elordi, and then that ended, and we got Elordi again, and that movie that you hated, and
One.
uh,
Night Swim?
God, what?
Night Swim?
No, before,
Oh, the
uh,
shitty one that we never reviewed, that we never talked about.
yeah. So he was in that, and then that ended, and then I guess anyone but you was still there, and then that ended, and then Doom Part Two came out, and then that's still going, and then this comes out, and then this is gonna end, and then Hunter Schafer has that horror movie, that Cuckoo movie coming out, and
Oh
then
shit, that looks amazing.
also Zendaya has the tennis movie that's coming out.
Challengers?
Yeah, challengers, and I don't know. It's just it's really good. And also Angus Cloud is going to be in that Abigail movie, the vampire girl. We
Oh
have
shit, you're right.
had nonstop Euphoria actors like in our movies. It's been nonstop. Oh, also Sidney Sweeney was in Madame Web. Also, I forgot.
Oh my god, I forgot
Uh,
about that piece of shit.
yeah, so it's been nonstop. Like I'm not saying it's on purpose, but I'm saying like it's interesting. Like we've had nonstop of the Euphoria cast members.
And yet I'm shocked Warner Brothers hasn't locked them all down to exclusivity contracts. Like a bunch of fucking.
Uh, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't sign it.
Hmm.
Why? So I can make a movie with them and then they never fucking release it?
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah,
That's fair. I got nothing to defend.
yeah.
Hmm.
But speaking of, I guess,
Euphoria?
yeah. I mean, because look, before Euphoria, there was a show called Skins. I don't know
Yeah.
if you got to
I
see
remember
it.
Skins. I remember watching it.
Yeah, so a few of the cast members broke out and started, being in movies. Dev Patel is one. Daniel Kaluuya is another.
Forgot about that. He was in that show.
Yeah, Daniel Kaluuya was another one. Nicholas Holt is now gonna be Lex Luthor. Yeah.
Dude, I
So
forgot about those guys. Like, I forgot about Skins. I remember, I think I watched a few episodes when I was in high school, middle school, whenever it came out. I
yeah,
forgot about that. Fuck. Were they in the,
yeah,
the UK version or in the US version?
that was the UK version. Yeah,
Oh, okay. That makes sense. That makes more sense. Okay.
yeah, the US version kind of sucked. But yeah, just something interesting to notice. I just remember I had a question for you.
Shoot.
Did you see the wrestling finale? Did you
Yeah.
did you see it?
Me and
Did you?
Fernie just did an entire podcast on it.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess you're probably tired of hearing that. But
Yeah,
like
but
Cody finished the story. How cool is that?
congratulations to him. He deserved it. Now I'm curious what's the next book gonna look like?
How did you feel when I mean I'm guessing this is gonna be in the 11 count, but like how did you feel when you heard the Undertaker bell?
I was confused because I was expecting Stone Cold Steve Austin. Like Taker has enough history with Roman Reigns and The Rock, but I
Yeah.
was really expecting Stone Cold to go out there and like stun Rock one more time. Like that's what I was expecting. Like Who's the one dude that's gonna go up to a corporate guy and be like, "Fuck you," the same way he did with Vince? But I mean, that's just me. But yeah,
Yeah.
but no, did you watch it? Just curiosity.
I just watched like
I
TikToks
liked.
about it, but it was good. It was cool. It was I really like did you see the video of before where The Rock is like answering fans' questions and one little girl just fucking like demolishes
Oh
him?
yeah, you didn't even win the Rumble. Cody did.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
do you understand that reference though back to the year 2000 or no?
yeah, that one, yeah.
Well, with the Big Show?
Yeah. And I like how they had like that whole moment where it's like where even the girl is like if you would have wanted it, you should have been here.
And The Rock's just
So
like, who the fuck is this child? And why is she talking to me the way she's talking to me?
and look, he immediately went into like defense mode. He immediately went into like, no, I'm the most electrifying man in sports entertainment. I am the great one. Shut the fuck up.
I love how you hate The Rock, and it's just like going with everyone nowadays. Everyone hates.
I well, yeah, good.
Uh,
Good. Finally.
Jesus Christ.
Finally.
No, I feel weird. I feel like I came down from a high of wrestling, honestly, since yesterday. It was a lot, man. It was a lot. In a good
Yeah,
way,
I
but
can.
a lot. You
Yeah.
know what else was a
Well,
lot?
this movie.
Jurassic Park, Jesus, let's go. Chema, hit that intro.
Thank you for welcoming us into your headphones. My name is Chema,
I'm Eddie.
reviewing Immaculate, and this is The Rollback. I can feel God in this AMC tonight. Not every intervention is divine. Cecilia, an American nun of devout faith, embarks on a new journey in a remote convent in the picturesque Italian countryside. Cecilia's warm welcome quickly devolves into a nightmare as it becomes clear her new home harbors a sinister secret and unspeakable horror. So this is the new movie brought to us by Neon. Neon, who is killing it in the production game. They are really stepping up to be like the big rival to A24. So it's really cool that they're just out there like doing crazier and weirder shit. I like them. I'm glad that they're doing their stuff. And this is produced also by Sydney Sweeney herself. It's a really good story of how she got the movie made. It's directed by Michael Mohan and stars, like I mentioned, Sydney Sweeney, Alvaro Morte, Benedetta Porcaroli, Dora Romano, Giorgio Colianghelli, and other colorful actors. So, original property, not based on a novel or a graphic novel or 18th century poem or anything, just straight up original feature. Trailers gave us very little. We thought it was going to be like a creature feature as it took place in a convent and starring Sydney Sweeney, who pretty much got the people going to see it as she's a hot commodity right now. So, what do you think of Immaculate? And what drew you to want to see it?
Um, Honestly, it was a matter of convenience. I was out of movies to watch. I didn't have copies of Poor Things or American Fiction to watch yet. So I was like, I've got this. Let me check it out. Maybe it's good. Like it's an hour 30. I watch most of my movies with 1.25 speed. So I'm like, worst case scenario, I waste an hour while I wash dishes. Like I was like, it's gonna be fine. Turns out it's pretty fucking good.
You
I
watched this at home?
I did what? No, I went to the movies to watch this film. I watched this film legally.
What is the you have AMC like what's it called?
Premium.
What the fuck do you have it for?
I didn't have time. It was a Tuesday night. I had to do dishes, and I was like, what do I feel like watching for an hour? Turns out I didn't get any dishes done.
You live like less than 10 minutes away from an AMC, man.
I was probably broke that week too. Any fucking way.
God.
I got no dishes done. None. This movie started off so fucking brutal. Okay, I have a question. Do you want to just go general thoughts, or do you want to run through the movie in a few parts?
No, that's general thoughts. It's just gonna be way easier. Bless you.
Right. Then the opening of this movie is fucking brutal because in the first, I think, 5 minutes, we have a young lady trying to escape. She gets through bars. These like creepy ass nuns catch her, snap her leg against the metal bars, which just made me go, what? That I stopped doing dishes when I saw that. I was like, okay. And then she wakes up buried alive. And instead of like cutting away, like we hear her screams as we get the title sequence and who stars and the production and all that. That set such a high tempo that I stopped everything I was doing and I sat down and legitimately watched this film
Mhm.
because Jesus Christ, that no pun intended, that is a hell, pun intended, of an opener. What did you think of the opening of this film? Jesus.
It was insane. It really like wasted no time in letting you know what this movie is all about. And as someone who is a defender of the Ryan Reynolds movie Buried,
Mhm.
the fact that this had like a little bit of a reminder of how that movie felt,
Oh God.
it was really cool to see. Um, I like how it opened, and I like how it it put the main character, Sister Cecilia, into like immediately the position. I like how it was introduced to us. Like she was stopped by security, and you could tell that right from the start, the movie wants us to kind of look at her and be like, and be kind of fixated by her. Um, I think it's definitely trying to say a lot about how like um how I'll say this directly. I think the movie is trying to be like, yes, women are treated like objects. Not even like joining a sisterhood of nuns will stop that. Which is a sad reality that is portrayed in this movie. And I like how it ends with like a little bit of liberation. Very intense liberation, which is good. Um I want to talk about, well, of course, you know, Sydney Sweeney. We've kind of been talking nonstop about her because we talked about Anyone But You, and then we talked about Madame Web, and you know, we referenced how good she was in Euphoria. I want to talk about Alvaro Morte, who plays Father Saul Tedeschi, I believe that's his name.
Mhm.
He's the pretty much the main antagonist, we'll call it like that, of the movie.
I think
So
that's fair.
he's well known because there's a show on Netflix called La Casa de Papel or Money Heist. If
Uh-huh.
you are the kind of person that refuses to read subtitles,
I really
and
remember that show being really, really popular.
it's extremely popular. I haven't seen it, but like he's pretty much the main character on that show. He plays the professor, and and it's really cool to see him in something else, you know. I feel like sometimes actors could sadly get like stuck in a
Or typecast.
character. Yeah, and I like that he plays someone clearly insane in this one, but a good antagonist. I think a good villain here. Um, the comment itself, which is where the whole movie takes place, which I think is awesome. It's pretty much a bottom movie because it would all take place like just in this convent.
Mhm.
And I feel like nuns, especially with movies like The Nun and The Nun Part Two, and yeah, and I feel like it could be a thing that could be played out, but to find a way to make them terrifying, like, but also kind of grounded. I think for like a good chunk of the movie, we're thinking there's something supernatural going on, and it's kind of cool to realize by the end that there isn't.
Mhm.
It's just heightened reality. You know what this movie reminded me of a lot?
What?
Malignant.
I see that actually. That's
Yeah, I mean,
no, you
yeah, in the sense that like it kind of plays with your head and makes you want to believe that it's supernatural when it's actually like insane science. Uh, but it's kind of asking you to like join them on the trip of like, hey, this is not, of course, this is not real, but like play along. This will be fun.
imagine.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. In the same way that like when you realize the twist in Malignant, I keep mentioning this, but to me, the twist in Malignant hits like going down a roller coaster. Like to me, it's like, yes, like hell yeah. And
Yeah.
in this one, when she gets to the science room, like realizes what they're doing, I turned to Jimmy, who was sitting next to me, and I uttered to him, I just went, rock and roll. Like I just
What did you roll? What
I,
did you know?
rock and roll. I was just so like
Oh, you were so down for it.
I was so down. Like this is the kind of insanity that I like to see in my movies. Just like have fun with it. And I think the finale, especially the finale, really, really drives the point home
Mhm.
on the mood of this movie. Um, so I ended up having a really good time. That's my general thought. Like my general idea is that this is extremely fun. I don't know how the people of faith will see this. I found it really fun because I have completely rescinded all connections to the church, but that still finds that there can be really cool fiction made out of its themes and topics. But I don't know how everyone else will take it. Um, but I'm glad that it's a thing that exists and that it's out there, that it's fully available.
Mhm. I'll say this much. I really love the fact, I really love the fact that one, this movie, there's no way around it. This movie does have commentary, and the commentary is on a lot of things that I appreciated. From the fact that I would argue this film is somewhat of a commentary on the overturning of Roe v. Wade as far as like women's choice and whatnot.
Definitely.
They, without her consent, artificially inseminate a woman to carry the next like Jesus, which is fucking horrifying in so many ways, so many ways. In addition to that, like there's I think one particular point where I was like, this is getting worse when she is talking to a priest and she says that this is an abomination to God, and the priest says, if God doesn't like it, why doesn't he stop us? Which is the most horrifying thing I can imagine to hear from a goddamn priest, especially when you know about all the scandals, like in Boston, the child molestation, all that. Like, what if God's not okay with it? Why doesn't he stop us? You sick fuck. Like it. Oh God, that made my stomach churn. Um, I'm not saying everyone in the Catholic Church is a bad person, but there are bad people, and this film certainly has them all on display. I did really enjoy the twist that it wasn't demonic, it was science, almost a bastardization. Imagine using science to forcibly bring back Jesus Christ. And it's pseudoscience, but not too pseudo, because I'm not saying it's possible to bring back um Jesus using the nails that pierces blood and skin and stuff, but it's not as outlandish today as it would have been 30 years ago in Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Um, I really appreciated the commentary and all that. Also, I love the fact that this film, whoever edited it, whoever produced, like cinematographer editing and all that stuff, were very smart when to use music and when not to, when to show a shot and when to linger. The shot where that poor girl gets her tongue cut out, ow. The shot where you see that nun whose face was filleted, ow. The shot with Sydney Sweeney's feet being burned, ow. And Sydney Sweeney has an amazing scream, like a final girl scream. Props to her for that.
Yeah, this is really funny. So when I was talking about this movie with Jess, and she said like she's the one that put me into Euphoria. Like she's the one that was like, you should watch it.
Mhm.
And so we were talking about it, and because we had seen Anyone But You, and she said like, look, I like this girl, like I like Sydney Sweeney, but to me she's not a quirky, fun rom-com girl. She is an insane person, and I need to see her play like
Love-
like do insane performances. And I was like, you'll love this because her scream that she does by the end when like her face is covered in blood, and like that scream that lasts like I think more than a minute
Mhm.
while she's let's just jump into it, like while she's giving birth. It's one of those moments that like it definitely drives the point home. It is a moment that you want in a movie like this. It's a moment that you want the beat to hit correctly. I heard people in the theater that were like gasping for air,
Owen.
that were like, yes,
Oh
like
man.
because Just that whole sequence, that whole ending sequence when she's like, because it's only one shot and her
She cuts the umbilical cord with
after,
her teeth.
yeah, she cuts the umbilical cord and then she like motions to like a rock and then like comes back and like said and then the title drops like that. Yes, that is how you end the movie. It's one of those movies that like it ended and I didn't felt like sorry for anyone. I was just like, you go girl, like good for her ass ending. Um,
She
no,
won.
it's just yeah. I mean, she could have like not gone through all this, but she did win by the end. And also, I gotta give props to like that catacomb scene.
Mhm.
Like catacombs are a fucking terrifying place to set your movie, and it works every single time that they do it.
Mhm.
So this was good choice. And like the second that I saw that she saw like the light at the end of the tunnel and like the ending, I thought they were gonna do a twist, like, oh, she cannot go out because of her belly, she won't fit.
Mm.
I thought that's what they were gonna do. But no, so they did like the whole like dragging her out and
Yeah.
stuff. Terrifying. Terrifying stuff. Um,
What did you think when she set the lab on fire?
oh God. I it was one of those things where like I felt when I saw like the lamp on fire, I was happy. I was like, oh fuck yeah, like she's finally free. But I like that the movie just extended itself. Like they pretty much did a yes end.
Yeah.
Like yes, she burned the lab. Oh yes, because it's a lab, they have a fucking what's it called? A yeah, they had a fire extinguisher, and then you can see like the pain in her face, where she's like, "No!" Like you knew that this was gonna last like a little bit more, which I thought was insane. Like, well, like they just made the movie way more memorable. And this is a memorable ass movie. Like this is probably the most original thing I've seen all year, and I saw like three original features last week. So,
Do you think,
eh,
what do you think? And this is me just bullshitting here because there's not a whole lot to say. There's a lot to say, but not a whole lot.
yeah.
What would you think if the ending had been instead of her like rock, we have like a fast forward scene of her just like being a mom at a school and picking up a kid.
I would have hated it.
You hated it? That's fair.
I would have hated it. She didn't want to be a mother. She wanted to be a nun.
And wait, I got one more point. What if that
Yeah.
kid turned out to be the little girl in Brightburn?
Boo!
But
Boo!
Jurassic Park Immaculate. Like it was really fucking
Boo!
good. Um, a twist on the story. This is one of the few rare, truly original movies that I've seen in a very long time. Like in a very long time, in a very stagnant film market, this movie found a way to stand out, which I'll be honest with you. I was completely on the train, like going into this movie, that oh, they're just gonna trade on Sydney Sweeney. Like that's it. Like they're like, oh look, we have Sydney Sweeney here, so you come watch it. I thought this movie was gonna suck. Oh, I will bear it all for you. I thought this was gonna be paint by the numbers. It wasn't gonna be good. It was gonna be just a terrible film that was like, it's a scary movie, but it's not great. And I can't tell you how happy I was that I was wrong.
Mhm.
What about you? Did you have high, low, any expectations going into this film?
I don't have um how do I say this? Well, it's a horror movie earlier in the year. That was like the only bad sign that I thought.
Mhm.
But I heard a lot of good a good chatter about it. And like, look, I respect Sydney Sweeney. Like I have a high respect for her. Because like as she gets involved as a producer, like
Mhm.
you can tell that this is what she wants to do. And after Euphoria, after I liked anyone but you. Fuck it. Like I liked it. And sure, I guess Madame Web is not good, but she didn't produce that, so like I can use that as like leverage. I have found that she's gonna be one of those faces that I feel like are gonna be synonymous with the 2020s.
Mhm.
Like I think it's gonna be like we're gonna remember her a ton. And this is a good movie to have in your roster. It's a good like when we talk about her later, like in 15, 20 years, and we
Yeah.
say like we say like, well, what did she do? I'm like, bro, remember Immaculate? And also, it's a great movie to do now in her state in this stage of her career.
Mhm.
Like, it's gonna diversify the fuck out of the resume, which I think is a good idea. So just because of that and because of the great marketing, I think this is one of those movies that like people are gonna watch because she's like I mentioned, she's a hot product right now, but also it's a good idea and it runs on the twist. Because like I thought it was just because all I heard, even though like I heard a lot about the movie, I just heard Scary Nun movie starring Sydney Sweeney. Like that's all I heard. But when you hit me with like it's a malignant-esque Scary Nun movie, sign me the fuck in. Like I'm in. Like that is the fact that this movie is unabashedly weird and original is what makes it stand out. And that it's also like weirdly accessible. So no, like I was hyped for it and I was not disappointed.
So you told me the story. I want you to say it.
Yeah.
How this movie was made.
Oh yeah. So the movie was 10 years ago. Sidney Sweeney like auditioned for this movie because the producers were making it, and like the director Michael Mohan had written the script, and she read it and she was like, "I love it." And it's like, "Yeah, great, like let's do it." And they started to work on it, and then production fell through because these things happen. Like 98% of all movies do not get made, like straight up. Um, so that failed, and she was like, "Man, I really like that script. That was cool. Like I wanted to do it." And then time passed, and she became very famous, because of Euphoria, because of other products.
Mhm.
And after she became a producer, she reached out to the same team and was like, "Let's do it. Like I'll produce it. Like we'll use my face on the poster. Like let's make this into a thing." And the fact that she pretty much brought this movie back from the dead and weirdly in such a timely manner, like props to her. Like absolutely props to her. Like I am a fan of her just because of that story. Like that is because she's putting the money where the mouth is. She's knows what she's doing because I prefer a million times when like an actor or producer like puts their own money to create something that lasts, that is significant, that is fun, that is going to be remembered, than for doing another like fucking I don't know. Did you see the J-Lo movie on Amazon?
Fuck
It's
no.
fucking terrifying.
Well, you know, she had
Uh
to rebrand her tour as Greatest Hits because it bombed so hard.
good,
It went from being This Is Me Now tour to J-Lo's Greatest Hits tour.
good. Mi gente latino.
Why do you hate J-Lo?
I have a ton of points about this. Let's just say that I've had a good run. Because like I hated The Rock and people now noticed it. I hated J-Lo and now people are noticing. I hated Miranda Sings and now people are noticing it. It's gonna be little by little. Okay. I cannot okay. If I get to see Mike Tyson like knock out Jake Paul, I'm going to have the best sleep of my life the rest of the year.
Ah, God, I hope you're right. Fuck. I think the
Yeah.
world wants you to be right on this one.
Yeah, me too. So I have a ton, but that's for another video. Um what else? What else grab your attention about Immaculate?
You know what I'll say? And this is more of a compliment to Sydney Sweeney than anything else. The movie's still great. I'll talk about it in a sec. I think she's going to the Margot Robbie school of being an actress. And Margot Robbie's not the first actress to do this, but she's the first one that always comes to mind. Margot Robbie saw that she was being typecasted, right? Typically be
Mhm.
given roles of like, oh, hot eye candy, but nothing else. So she started becoming a producer in her own films so she could have a more diverse portfolio. Yes, she was Harley Quinn. Yes, she was in The Wolf of Wall Street, but she was also I, Tanya. She was also Barbie. She was also in that one not horror, like revenge film. But point being is that Margot Robbie has taken on a more diverse portfolio because she's become a producer. Same thing with Melissa McCarthy. No, Melissa McCarthy, right? That's the actress
Yeah.
from Bridesmaids.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So, do you remember the movie? She was nominated for an Oscar for Best Actress. Can you ever forgive me?
Yes.
Guess who produced that film?
Yeah, she did.
Hmm. So I think Sydney Sweeney is going to that school of if you want to be taken serious as an artist, you're gonna have to start producing your own shit because people are not going to offer you the roles that you deserve, that you want. I don't
I
know.
mean, it's not that easy. Like you gotta have money and shit, like to
No, but
do
I'm not saying
that.
it's easy, but I'm saying I think she's going to that school, and I think it's a good thing. I think that's a positive reflection of her and what
Yeah.
everything that she's been doing. Um, as far as the film is concerned, from it talking about very obvious political aspects against Roe v. Wade to being such an original idea. Again, I keep saying the joke, but it's true. Immaculate Jurassic Park. Like it's such a great idea, a great original concept that we legitimately have never seen before. Also, and I wonder if this was on purpose, it's a twin film with the first Omen. People are calling
Oh
them
yeah.
twin movies,
Oh yeah. I
which
still
I mean
need to
that's
see
not a
it.
rarity. I haven't seen the first Omen. I'll let you know. I've heard amazing things about the first Omen, so I can't wait to find out. But yeah, this film explores a lot of interesting aspects, and the fact I'm not going to say they go after the church, but definitely the church is the bad guy in this film. Um, because I mean it's blasphemous, and again, using science, the guy's playing God. The main priest, the main scientist. There's so many layers. This film deserves to be broken down in a film class.
Yeah.
Like
I
this will
think
be someone's essay this
I
year. I can bet.
I think it's gonna be one of those movies that definitely marks the 2024. Like I think we're gonna remember this for like the rest of the year. It might end up in our top 10, like who knows. Uh but
There
it's
was
just
another
so
film I
cool
thought
that
would
we
be in our top
have
10, but no.
what's up?
There was another movie I thought was going to be in our top 10, but nope.
Yeah, well, that's what
But
happens.
maybe.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Um Nah, man, like I had a blast with this. I think it was super fun. And yeah, like another one of those movies that I would add into like the you want to get into horror? This is one of those. It's just fun for the sake of being fun and scary for the sake of being scary. Also, not a lot of jump scares, not like two. Uh, like it really like spends more time with like atmosphere and like you can tell a lot of this shit was practical too.
Yeah. Well, also one of the good things is the fact that it's not so much a creepy film. I mean, it's creepy, but there's no jump scares. It's horror is heavily based in reality, and some people are going to be like, "Oh, I hate that." This is one of those occasions where it works. I wouldn't have been surprised if this was one of those
Elevator
A24
horror.
films.
I mean, it's a neon film, and neon is basically A24, just with a different
Unfortunately.
name.
Uh, but no, this movie genuinely like a good film. I don't know if I'd say great. I need to watch it again maybe, and I'll decide if it's great, but definitely good.
Yeah. I would consider it great. I give it a 4 out of 5.
I think I gave it like a 6 out of 10 when I did my new rating system because it's good. I don't see it being in like my top 10 of the year, but definitely a good movie. Definitely good.
Yeah, definitely good. And also like it balanced out. So I watched this, and then the same day I watched the no, the next day I saw the Alex Jones documentary that came out on HBO Max. Did you see this?
Truth be told, something like that? No.
It's the
The
truth
truth.
versus Alex Jones. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I haven't seen it, but I know what you're talking about.
Man, it like after seeing that and then seeing this, and I was kind of cheering for her. I was like, yeah, shut them the fuck up, Sweetney. Like, shut them the fuck up. Yeah, kill that baby.
Jesus, okay.
Kill that baby. You be your own woman. You be what you want to be, Barbie girl. Like, you do it. Don't let them force you to be anything you don't want to be. Like, I wanted so bad to like have just aggressive. Like after seeing that aggressive right wing mentality, seeing aggressive like left wing mentality just fucking going up, I was
Yeah.
like, yes, good balance, thank you, like something, yeah,
Jesus Christ. Okay, I don't know if I'd say go so far as to say kill that baby, but okay.
kill the baby, fuck them kids,
Folks, we at the Rollback do not entirely agree with Chema's entire point of view when it comes to killing children. Although we will
fuck
talk
them
about that in
kids,
the air.
fuck them kids.
Um,
All right,
but yeah,
what
like a
else?
fun movie. I think I'll watch it. Do you think it's a good Halloween movie?
Oof. We saw another movie that could have been a good Halloween movie, but sadly,
Have to get
it's
DQ'd, but we'll
better
talk about that.
better on Forgotten. I think this is good all year round, honestly.
Fair.
Yeah, I think it's a good. Like honestly, if this would have come out in the summer, I think it would have done well, like against big budget stuff.
I don't know about that. I think an October release would have been perfect. But then maybe that's just me. What
Ah,
is coming out this year in October? I'm not sure.
it made the. I think the new Saw movie comes out this year in October,
October movie.
like Saw 11.
Um. Oh, Venom: The Last Dance comes out in October.
I thought that was in December.
Am I wrong? Let me see here. Oh wait, here you go. I got it. Joker and Whitebird are the only. Oh, Joker and Whitebird.
It's gonna be Joker, Whitebird, Piece by Piece.
Venom: The Last Dance comes out
The
the end of October, along with Terrifier 3.
the the untitled sequel to Smile also comes out in October,
Huh.
and Terrifier
Yeah.
3
Okay, yeah. You know what? October would have been busy. Plus, maybe the first Omen would have ruined it. I don't know.
maybe. Oh, and Saw 11 comes out at the end of September.
Ah, okay. Oof, they better hope to get their money back in a week because goddamn, Joker Folie à Deux is gonna dominate.
I don't think it's gonna dominate.
You don't think so?
I
It
think,
was Joker
not
was
gonna
a
lie,
billion
man.
dollar movie, man. Come on.
Yeah. And do you know how many movies that do $1 billion have their sequel do $1 billion? Very few. And I just don't think Joker is a movie for that. I don't think this is gonna be the Rocky 2 to the Joker movie. I don't think it's gonna do it.
I could be wrong. Well, it's only gonna be
I
the first
think
one. I think this is the
look,
last one.
I think the edgy boys are gonna be upset when they discover it's a musical, and I think the little monsters are gonna be afraid that it's not more Gaga centric. So I don't think this is gonna work for anyone. But we'll see.
I respect
We'll
your right to be
see.
wrong.
Uh
Like Black Adam.
let's can we cut this? Yeah, because Black Adam is the cinematic masterpiece considered now, and it made so much money.
Okay. The
Um,
fact that Nikki liked Black Adam, she was like, "Oh, it was fun. It was action packed." The fact that she liked it and you didn't is enough for me to be like, "Yeah, no, you
she
just hate
thought
The
it
Rock.
was. It's not
You
because I hate
just
The
hate The
Rock. I
Rock.
hate what the movie represents. I hate it on stanza.
You will die on very weird hills."
I know. Yeah, but that's
So
what the show
Immaculate.
is about. So yeah, Immaculate's great. Go watch Immaculate.
What was
Immaculate's
Immaculate?
fun. Immaculate's
Oh,
super fun. Go watch it. Hashtag Restore Row. All right, so that is gonna cover it for this week. That was Immaculate. Next week, you want to do Monkey Man next week,
yeah, I should be able to have time.
or what are you thinking?
How about I'm gonna shoot for Monkey Man. Worst case scenario, we do the other one.
I guess.
Worst
I
case scenario, but let
guess.
me try Monkey Man.
I guess. Fine. I'll try to watch the first Omen, and also the Greatest Hits is coming out on Hulu, which looks like it's gonna be pretty fun. Have you heard of this movie?
No, I was about to say, what the hell's that?
The Greatest Hits is a Hulu movie starring the new Superman. And it's about a girl that whenever she listens to a song from a specific year, she goes back in time to that year.
That's actually kind of cool. I like that.
Yeah. So I think it comes out April 5th. Oh, it's already out. Yeah.
Oh, just go on Friday. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh
Okay.
no, wait. April 12th. Sorry, April 12th. My mistake. April 12th. All right. Yeah, so that's when it comes out. So that looks good. Not gonna lie. I saw Monkey Man and I saw the other dumb movie. And also on Thursday I'm gonna see I'm gonna go for a double feature at the theater because they're doing a double feature.
What are you watching?
I'm gonna see two movies that are sequels to an anime.
Spy?
No, not yet. That's at the end of April.
Oh, okay.
There's an anime called, and you're not gonna believe me when I tell you the name. There's an anime called The Rascal Does Not Dream of a Bunny Girl Senpai. Uh,
Okay.
uh, And yeah, it was a show. It was 12 episodes, and then there was a movie, and now there's 2 more movies that are going to continue the story.
I guess. Okay, I'm still trying to catch up with Spy Family. I've only seen 2 more episodes.
Yeah, I'm not going to ask you to like to watch this as well.
I'm gonna try.
Uh,
Well, I'm gonna try to do
no,
Spy.
no, 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 no. You do Spy Family. Trust me, Spy Family is
Worth it?
aggressively accessible.
Done.
What?
Like Spy
Yeah.
Family is good.
Oh, Spy Family is amazing. Like, yeah, I highly recommend you keep watching Spy Family. Did you keep watching it, or have you not continued?
Yeah, I said I've got knocked out 3 more episodes.
Oh, nice. What'd you think?
I like it so far. And now I
Yeah.
get there was a meme where Yuri and the guy are fighting, and it was a meme about when she God, something about when your wife is feeling froggy, but you didn't know she could throw hands.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh shit, what is she doing?" That was fine.
It's funny. All right. So we're doing Monkey Man next week. Let's shoot for that one. All right. Sounds good. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Chema,
I've been Eddie.
and this was the Rollback.
Signing off with a reminder.
And as a reminder that nothing is scarier than being pregnant, please remember to wear your contraceptives.
Uh, Jesus. Okay, I was actually going to take a second to thank all of our loving fans for subscribing to us because we're at 476 right now. I'm at 466.
You're bullshitting me.
No, go to our YouTube channel. We're at 476.
Oh my
I'm at 460.
God. I am
It's not yet.
famous. I'm so famous. All right. Good night.
Bye, everyone.